Hello, everyone. We're so glad that you have joined us today for Canva for Education. And thanks for sharing in the chat the last TV show or movie that you watched. That was good to see. My name is Elizabeth Robles, and I'm joined here with Christine, who's going to be manning our chat today. And we're going to be learning about Canva today. It's a really great publishing program that you can use as a teacher, but we're also going to show you how you can use this program or get your kids creating, get your kids using this program as well. I want to start with our curriculum and instruction mission and vision, which is to transform the learning experience for our students. And every day, every student grows in confidence, curiosity, and capability. And we truly believe that what we have in store for you today is going to help you to do this with your students in your classroom. These are our goals for today. We're going to learn what Canva is and why it's such a great tool for the classroom. And we're going to learn how to use Canva. And then we're going to also learn how you can connect your students so they can also be creators just like you. So you might be thinking, what is Canva? Actually, I would love to see, just kind of hold your hand up, old school style. Tell us if you've ever used Canva before. I'd love to see who has any experience with it. Okay, so just a few. So that's great if you've already used it. Hopefully you'll get some information from today's session, especially how to connect your kiddos using Canva. And if you haven't used Canva before, I feel like you're in for a big treat because Canva is an online application for visual media, and we can use Canva on any device. So that's really nice. It's great on the Chromebook, on a regular computer, but also you can use it in the iPad, on the iPad in either the browser, or they also have an iOS app. One of the things that we found out this year that we were super pumped about is that there's a new-ish Canva for Education account that all of you qualify for. And what's great about that is that in the past, when we use Canva, because the coaches use it a lot for creating flyers and newsletters and that kind of thing. And some of the pictures and some of the backgrounds, it would have like a little, this costs $1 or this costs whatever. So we're going to show you how you can get your free Canva for Education account, which is actually going to give you everything for free. And it really is a really awesome tool. And like, we're shocked that it's free for both us and for our kiddos. It's normally like $13 a month for like anyone else. So it's a really great tool and great that they're giving it to educators for free.
And their website says free forever. So we know we've all been a little bit tricked by free, and then it becomes not free.
Right. Or it was free, and then now these little things are suddenly becoming paid features. So that's really great to hear. Some of the things that you can do in Canva, and this includes both teachers and students, you can create infographics, presentations. In fact, the presentation that I'm using right now is actually made in Canva, not in Google Slides. So you could use this program to create your presentations, flyers, newsletters. What's great about newsletters is that you can kind of copy the whole, the whole draft and just change some of the things, kind of like you would do in Publisher or Google Slides. But I love that you can also share it with parents with a simple link. So just for teacher productivity, I think it's great. You can also add collaborators, just like a Google Doc, where you have your teammates connected. You can make posters and even graphic organizers. Let's kind of focus in on the why for using creativity and just basically the importance of fostering creativity in your classroom. I'm going to share with you guys an article. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I went ahead and shared an article in the chat, And so that you can just have that. But what I wanted to specific, it's kind of a longer article, but there were some specific pieces that I wanted to share with you to kind of pinpoint why we might do this in our classrooms. Now come all the way down where we have a really nice infographic, which by the way, was created in Canva. So you can see this infographic here was created in Canva. And it's basically a survey was done of 1,000 educators talking about creativity in the classroom and what the benefits are. And so I'll just let you read some of these. You're welcome to just follow along on my screen, or if you want to go to the article yourself, you're welcome to. Some of the things that stood out to me on here is like the second one says creativity leads to more engaged, confident learners. And that really goes back to our curriculum and instruction vision and mission. And so that really stood out to me. Moving right along, the teachers explain what creativity in the classroom means to them, making students curious to learn new things, again, directly aligning with our mission and vision in Northside. And then this one I really love, this little green box where it talks about, students are, when they're able to express themselves and be more creative, then it helps them to be better problem solvers, think critically. Kids also feel more confident in themselves. And then here, 95% of teachers believe creativity is a valuable skill for a student's future. I know that this year has been a huge, huge challenge. And specifically, it's been a challenge to get kids to be creative and get kids creating. And I really think this is a great program, especially considering, it's free, like we discussed, but also we can use it across all of our devices. So I know that was also a challenge where kids have different devices and all of that. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to register for that Canva for Education account that I was telling you about. And basically what it seems like is happening is it is recognizing our @nisd.net email address when we use this link. So what I'm going to ask you to do is follow the steps here. So you're going to visit canva.com/education. You're going to click register now. It's a blue button. And then you're going to go ahead and sign in with Google like we typically do. And then it's going to ask you to get verified as a K-12 educator. And then it's going to ask you to enter a class name. You can go ahead and do that. And then it's going to ask you about a link. You can click maybe later because we're not ready to send our link to our kids quite yet. So as we're doing this, what I'm going to ask you to do, we're just going to try this out. I've not tried this little test before, but I want to see how it works, and maybe it's something you can take back and use with your kids. I'm going to ask that you all turn off your camera, go do these steps on another tab, and then come back and turn your camera on so I know you're ready to move on. So I'm going to leave this up on the screen so you can go ahead and turn your camera off just so that we can tell when everyone comes back that we're ready to move on. And thank you, Christine. She's added that link there to the chat. I'm going to go ahead and address this question to the group in case you already have Canva so that you can tell whether or not you have the education version, the upgraded version. At the top or on the side panel, you should see the word classwork somewhere on that left-hand side panel. If you do already have the education version, and If you don't see classwork, please go ahead and click that direct link because there's also just canva.com for anyone else. So that canva.com/education does get you to being verified as a teacher, even if you already do have a regular plain account.
I'm sorry. So if we already have an account, you want us to click on classwork?
If you already have the Word classwork, that tells me you're already upgraded to the teacher account. So you're good to go.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, I see a bunch of us popping back in. Just a reminder, you're completing the steps and getting your account registered and set up, and then turn your camera back on so we can tell when you are ready to move on.
I had a question as well.
Sure.
I already had, I thought I had an education one, but I don't. How did you say to make our into an education one?
Yeah, just click on that link in the chat, the canva.com/education, and then just follow the steps here on the screen. It will say click, just register now. It's a blue button, and then sign in with Google.
I did that and it said I couldn't do it because I already had an account. But it's not.
Okay, let's do this because I don't know that I can troubleshoot this in this way. Can we, you can still 100% participate in today's session without the education version. We were just hoping everyone would get connected today. We can follow up with you, and that way we can make sure that you get connected. Are you using your Northside email address to sign in with Google? Okay. All right, looks like almost everyone is back. We have a couple others that we're waiting for. All right, that goes for anyone else that couldn't get the education version. Just please reach out to us after today's session, either myself or Christine, and we'll definitely guide you and get you registered. It used to be where there was like a 24-hour period, but we think we have enough people in Northside that have signed up that they are automatically now noticing that email address and getting everybody registered right away. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move right along. I'm going to play this quick video.
Let's discover Canva's editor, learn how to create a design, and customize a template. From the homepage, select a template and start with a new blank design. Welcome to the editor. This is the side panel, where you'll find all the things you can click or drag and drop to add to your page. In the Templates tab, there are thousands of professional designs to get you started. Upload your own photos or videos in the Upload tab, just like this. Browse millions of premium stock photos from our photo library. To search, type in keywords for what you're looking for. To narrow it down more, add a plus symbol and then another keyword, or use these handy filters. In the Elements tab, you'll find illustrations, shapes, animated stickers, charts, graphics, and much more. Search in exactly the same way. There's so much to explore. Discover our high-quality video library with millions of videos at your fingertips. Perfect to get your designs moving. To create your first design, start from scratch or use a template. Everything is customizable. Select the object you want to change, and a toolbar will appear above. It's never been easier to express your creativity.
Okay, I loved that video because I thought it was so quick and to the point of that left-hand panel we're going to use when we're designing and how we can use a template. But I am going to kind of walk you through some of those things and then let you all create as well. So in my home screen, you can see that on this left-hand panel, I have my designs that I've currently been working with. One of the things I wanted to point out that I kind of mentioned here, but now that you have your account, you can see it. If you have that classwork button, that means you are signed in with your education version. Just a quick little, that way you can tell. And if you're not, then you can email us so that we can help you out with that, because we want you to have all the free stuff. Again, you can still do everything in this session today, but we want you to have all that free stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you how to create something. And one of the things also, sorry, that I wanted to point out is that all the different types of things you can create are listed here. So I'm on recommended for you, and you can see presentation, which again is exactly what I created for this session, that green and blue one. It was very easy, just a template, kind of like Slides Mania, with some animations and all that built in. Very easy to drag and drop and move around images and that kind of thing. Some other things that you might find useful are the posters, for kids to share what they've learned about a concept, or even share like what they learned about a historical figure. Invitations. And then just for your own personal use. I love that the Canva automatically sizes the social media posts. So if you click social media, you can find Instagram posts, but you can see they're the exact sizing, where when someone comes to your Instagram, they'll see the exact, the full post. So same thing for Facebook. Flyers. You can see there's a ton of different things here that you can use this for. Announcements. Infographic is really great for kids. So they could show, let's say, the life cycle of a butterfly and put images and text to show that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just use this search feature, and I'm going to create a bookmark for you. And I'm going to ask you to create a bookmark as well, because I was thinking, I know that all the campuses, or I think all of the campuses, are doing that 21 and 21. So I thought that might be fun for your kids to do, and for you to do, to model that for your kiddos. Because I know everybody's reading right now. I have all of these, like when I search bookmark, I can choose one of these templates, but I'm going to choose a blank one just to show you all some of the design features. So I'm going to choose a blank one, and that goes for any type that you choose. So if I chose Instagram post, I could use a blank one, or I could have all those templates to choose from. So I'm going to do a blank one. I'm going to increase the size here. I'm just going to go through some of the little features that you might need while you're creating. So I can zoom in a little bit with this. As you can see at the bottom right, I'm going to use that, because my bookmark is kind of skinny here. And then here, this left-hand panel is exactly like what you saw in that little short video. And we are going to share all those resources with you. So if you need to go back to that quick video real quick and check it out again, we'll definitely share that with you. But first thing I want to do on my design is probably like pop in a background. So I'm going to scroll down here. There's a background button. And let's see, there's patterns. So I could like put these little wedges here, all kinds of different backgrounds. That all of these are free. Whereas if you can see how it even says free when I hover on it, if you didn't have the education account, or you don't have it yet, it might have a little dollar sign here that you might need, that others have to pay for it. Okay, so I'm going to choose this one. And I'm going to show you how to add a couple of different elements here. The uploads button is going to be for you to upload an actual image from your computer. So I actually have an image, and you saw there's Google Drive right here. Yay. So you can pull from your Google Drive. But I have a picture of my little ones reading. So I'm going to pop that in. So all I did was click upload media. I found it on my computer. You can see it's uploading right there. And then I can just click on it. It pops into my project, and I can move it around. I can even like, I don't know, turn it a little bit. I can add photos that are built into Book Creator. So you can search for photos, and you can see it says Pro because we are using that upgraded version. I'm going to use Elements because I like that they have that transparent background. So it looks really nice with my, so, or you know what, I'm going to do a book. Books. pop some of those in there. You can adjust them, move them around. I can lock them. So if I'm like, oh, I don't want to move that after I have it perfect, I can lock it. One of the other things I wanted to point out that I love about Canva is, I don't know if you could see those little pink lines that keep popping up for me on the screen. Like, do you see that pink line right down the center? That is helping me line things up, which I don't know that Google Slides really has that. And I feel like this really helps you to line things up. So I can add lots of little pictures here. Again, I can use this to turn it. All right, you get the idea. For text, sorry, mine's a little bit crazy because I want to show you all the things. I can use text from here, these little fun ones, or I can just click one of these. So let me say, read 21, in 21. And you can change all the fonts. You can change the sizing here. You can click and drag these to change the shape. You can get really in depth with your design by changing alignments and changing the height of the letters and all of that. So some of you might be really into design. I can change the color here. All right, you get the idea there. I'm going to show you one other thing in the elements that I wanted to share with you, because there are frames that I really like that I can pop a picture into this frame and it has that cool jagged outline. So let's say I want to use this one. Can make it bigger. I'm just showing you some of the features right now so that when you get to creating, you can know some of the things. So you can kind of see, it just looks kind of cool. So the star one is really nice. Again, that was elements. And then I just searched frames, and all of these are frames. And your kids will have so much fun. It comes so naturally to them. Okay, so there's videos and audio and all of that. I'm not going to do that for my bookmark. But so I showed you really quick how you can design things from scratch. But another thing that you can do is use the templates, the built-in templates, and then you can delete what they have and make it your own. So here are the bookmark templates. So let's say I really like this one with the rainbow. And I'm going to just add a second page so you can kind of see that. So this, if I choose to use a template, I just click up here, choose the template I like, and then I can edit all these things. So I can edit the words by double clicking, and I can put my own words. And this might be familiar to you if you use or used to use Publisher, because Publisher had all those templates that you might remember, like newsletter templates and that kind of thing. They had all those templates, and you could adjust them and move things. So like I could, like, let's say I'm like, I don't really like that hot air balloon. I'm going to delete that. And I want to put my own thing. I can go to elements and I can put my own thing. So all of the templates are completely customizable, and even down to the colors on most things. So you can see when I click on this little image, the color scheme pops up. And like, let's say I don't really like that, I can change it to pink. So you can kind of see, you can even adjust some of these little things by clicking on the color here and then changing it. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you some time to create your own bookmark and just kind of jump in and, start creating. So the way that you're going to do this is when you're on your home page, you can search Canva and just search bookmark. And then again, if you want to go ahead and choose a template, you can, or you can click blank bookmark, and you can always add a template later if you'd like to. The templates are right here, or you can go directly down to background and design your own by entering a background and entering pictures. So we're going to give you about 7 minutes to create your own bookmark. And then after that, what we're going to do is I'm going to have you join my class so that you can see what it would be like as a student. Because once you have your kids join, they can actually turn things into you and you can provide them with feedback and you can hand it back to them and let them share it with the world, however they want to share it. So I'll show you that after you guys have a chance just to get your feet wet with designing and creating your own bookmark. So I'm going to set a timer for about 7 minutes. And so we will see you back here in that time. I'll have a little timer running. And if you need anything, feel free to unmute and let us know or pop it in the chat.
I just want to let you know, I don't know what, I went to add education and I didn't do anything and now it's showing it as education. So maybe it was because I didn't use it in a while, like, you know, when it's non-active. So it's education now, but thank you.
Excellent. I'm so glad it worked. So if yours didn't work, maybe it just you need to log out and re-log in afterwards.
Oh my gosh, the end of that timer sounded way too close to my morning alarm timer, and I'm never using that one again. I really liked the song though. I'll give you a couple more seconds to kind of wrap up what you're doing. That's okay if you didn't finish, you can always come back to it. You might have noticed at the top that it says all changes saved. So it's very similar to Google in that way that it automatically saves your designs, which is makes you feel good, right? Because you don't have to like do a save as. Um, while you're finishing up and joining us back, I do want to show you all the different ways that you can share your design. And I'm hoping that you'll share your design with us by doing this. So you can download your design. So like if I was going to print this design from my computer, I can just click download and I can download it with some different versions. It's saying that the PNG is suggested because it's the highest quality. I can also print a PDF. So just think about some of the things that you need to print as an image or a PDF. You can do Canva and do it in that way. If you add audio or video, you can also publish this in a video format. But if I'm not going to print it, but I just want to share it with others virtually, I can click that share button and I can share it specifically with people. I can share it as a template. I can share the link for people to view. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to click share a link to view and then click copy link. So again, I clicked share and I can share a link to view. If you choose the edit one, that means that other people will be able to edit your design. And then just click copy link and you can pop that into the chat so that others can check it out. So if you want to go ahead and share, that would be awesome. Love to see some of y'all's designs. Yay, this is awesome. See, y'all created such great designs so quickly.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
How
I
do you
love
share
that.
it again?
Let me show you that one more time.
I'm sorry. I
No,
had
you're totally
people
fine.
coming in to mount
No,
a
you're fine.
projector. Woohoo!
You're good. So, oh, that's great news. So what you're going to do is at the top, click that share button and then you
Okay.
can share a link to view here and click copy, and then just paste that. I'm going to show you a couple other things that you
Copy
can
my-
do as well.
Okay. Thank you.
So on the right-hand side, you're going to see the 3 dots here, and you have the download here. One of the things that you're going to notice is the assignment button that I'm going to show you in just a moment, where if I wanted to assign a template to my kiddos, I could totally do that, have them complete it and turn it into me. You'll see that there's also the link share here. I can share directly to my social media, which might be helpful for you, but not for kiddos. So it looks like everybody had a chance to create a design, and those turned out so good. So thank you for participating and trying it out. I know for me, if I don't try it, then, you know, right there in the moment, then I probably will never. So thank you so much for taking the time to do that with us today. So last thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you all about your team and how you can assign things, like I mentioned, and how your kids will complete them and turn them into you. So first thing I'm going to show you is on the left-hand panel, you should see a team here. So you might remember when you signed up for your account, it asked you for your team name, and then we clicked maybe later because we didn't need the link yet. I'm going to go ahead and click on my team and click on that people button. And that's how I'm going to get the link for my kids to join my class. And what's great is you only need to do this one time, and then the kids will just sign in with Google after that, and they'll automatically be connected to your class ready to go. So you'll see here, one thing I do want to point out is that it mentions about the parental permission. And we have reviewed the parental permission policy, and it does fall under our acceptable use policy. So if you have your kids already have signed the acceptable use, then that permission will be taken care of with this. So you're good to go. If you need more information about that, just let myself or Christine know. So this is actually the invite to my class. So I am going to have you guys join my class really quick, just so you can feel what it's like to be a student, because I know sometimes we want to see that perspective as well. So I'm going to click copy here. There is a Google Classroom import as well, but I think with while we're using Schoology, this is the easiest way to get your kids connected and to get them rocking and rolling. Just put the link in Schoology, or like I'm going to do right now, just pop it in the chat for them, and y'all can all get going right away. So I went ahead and put in the chat the link to my class for you guys to join. So if y'all want to go ahead and do that and then come right back to me, because I'm going to show you a few things there. Yay. So that happened super quick because I can see now, again, I'm on the left-hand panel, Elizabeth Robles's team, and then I click people. And now when I scroll down, I can see all of you guys starting to connect with me as students, and I can see that you're a student here. Just a heads up, let's say that I have a co-teacher, like Christine is my co-teacher, I can actually upgrade her and make her a teacher. So if you needed to have 2 teachers, you can do that as well. So very simple, easy to manage. And easy to get kids connected, right? Like, especially, I mean, now that our kids are so used to using their Google accounts, it's super easy to get them connected. So I have already added a template in our templates folder. So there's a tab called templates. And there's a couple different ones here. But I just wanted to show you that when you click on one of these templates, like let's say I click on this one about writing and citing. When you click on it, you're going to get a button that says use this template. And then when you click on it, just like your students will, they are going to complete the template, except for at the top right, instead of download, it's actually going to say send to teacher. So I wanted you guys to click on that and try that out and see if you see that send to teacher button. so that you can know how your kids are actually going to turn things into you. Again, I know it's helpful sometimes to actually do it in the training so that when your kids are experiencing it, you can help them. So again, what you're going to do is now that you're connected to my class, you should see my team here on the left-hand side at the bottom left under the trash. You can click, well, they're located here in designs also, or under the templates. And you can just click on one of them. It doesn't matter which one. And click use this template. And at the top right, you should see like edit something, add a word, add a picture or something, and then click at the top right. Instead of download, it's going to say send to teacher. And then I'm going to know that you're done with your work. So if you want to just test that out, you don't have to complete the template. I just wanted you to be able to walk through those steps so that you know what your kiddos are going to experience. So give you a second to do that so you don't miss anything. Now on the teacher side, let me show you what that looks like. On the teacher end, I have on the left-hand panel a classwork button, and that was the one I was mentioning before, that we know we're in the education version because we have that classwork button. Your kids will also have that. When I go, so I can see Bonnie has turned hers in, and I can just click on her work and review it. So basically, I'm like going to look at it and give her any feedback that I need to give her about her work. So I'm going to click review. And then I'm going to look at her design. And look, guys, she is in here right now also. So we can be working together again, just like Google. I can tell she's here just like the Google one. But I'm going to go ahead and review this. And I'm going to give her some feedback. Awesome work. I love how you included great pictures or whatever. Nice. Direct and descriptive feedback. And this was one little piece that when we were testing this out, we weren't sure how it worked. So let me be really clear because I feel like it's not as intuitive as I wished it would be. If you click the give feedback button, it sends them this and basically tells them that they need to fix something. So if they need to fix something, and return it in, you're going to say that in the feedback message and click give feedback. So give feedback is going to be what you click if you need them to redo or add something and you need them to send it back. But since she's done and she did a great job, I can give her feedback and click return, which returns it to her, lets her do whatever she wants to do with it, and it shows her the feedback. So I'm going to click return. And now Bonnie is going to be able to see that feedback. Now, one thing I want to also point out about this is Canva Classroom kind of works via email, which is a little bit of a bummer only because it works great for us because I get an email. Let me show you really quick. Look at all these emails. I get an email when somebody turns something into me. So that's really great. However, kids can't receive emails from Canva. You might recall that our student email accounts are limited just to communication within the district. So they would normally get an email that says your teacher has reviewed your work and approved it, or your teacher has sent you feedback. But since our kiddos don't get emails, I just want to point out that the students can go to classwork and find that. And if they do, they just click classwork, click on the assignment, and they'll see my feedback. Or you'll see here up at the top where my bell is, the notifications. They can also click there and they can see the work. Trying to think if there's anything I left out. Okay, so one more thing. When I create a template, so let's say that I want my kids to do a specific graphic organizer for an assignment. What I can do as the teacher is find the one that, snack attack. That sounds like it's exactly right down my alley. So I can edit this, right? I can do whatever I want to this because it's exactly, so maybe I just like these lines. Maybe I like the look of it. Maybe this is like the perfect graphic organizer for whatever I need, and I can change these words and make it perfect. In order to share it with your kids on Schoology so that they have that turn into teacher button, all you have to do is click that share button. And remember in my class where it was a template, you can put it there. Or a super easy way to get it to students is change this to use as a template, click copy link, paste it into Schoology or paste it in the chat. I'm going to paste it in the chat right now just so that you can see how it works. And you should get that in the chat, and you should be able to open my template right now and start completing it. And you should see that turn into teacher button at the top.
You
So I
just
just wanna-
push the use template button at the bottom and it gives you your own.
Perfect. Thank you for clarifying that, Christine. Okay, so the other thing that your kiddos can do is, so I think templates have a time and place, but I also think that there's so much power in allowing kids to create what they want to create that is not a template. Because sometimes, like even myself, I feel like super cornered in when I have a template to fill out. Whereas if my teacher says, choose any of the different ways, like you can make a presentation, you can make a poster, you can make a flyer or an infographic, whatever you want to make me something that shows that you learned about that specific astronaut. And what a great way to provide our students with choice and voice and let them create whatever they want to create. And so your kids also have that option. So I showed you the templates and all of that. But if kids click create a design here, and then they choose which design, or they search here and create and find something that they want to create, they'll still have that turn into teacher button. So no matter what type of thing, if it's not a template, that's totally fine. They can create completely from scratch whatever they want to create, and they'll still have that turn into teacher button so that you will be able to see the designs that they created. And then once they approve it, once you approve it as the teacher, they will also be able to share it in all of those ways that we discussed, like as a PDF or as a link, and they could share it with their parents, which is really cool as well.
So catch that it's published in Canva, so they can share the link with their parents and their parents will be able to see it. Whereas if they publish or create like a Google slide
Newsletter
presentation for 20 slides or build a Google site, they can't share it with parents. That link cannot be shared with parents to be seen.
Right. That's so great to point out, because like, let's say I created this presentation and I want my parents to be able to see, let's say, for example, this video. If I had to PDF this, which we typically have to do for our Google Slides so that parents can see them because they can't view our district Google products, they will lose the experience of seeing that video. But I can simply click those three dots and share the link and copy the link. And notice no sign in required. My parents nobody has to have an account to view this. I just copy it and I just paste it, which is a good time for me to share this with you. Actually, I know I've shared a lot of things in the chat. Sorry for that. But here's the presentation. I'm also going to email it to you. But you can see how easy it is for me to share this presentation, where it holds all the formatting. I don't have to change any of that formatting. That goes for students too. I know that was definitely a struggle with parents being able to see what kids have created in the Google Suite, since we haven't found a good way for them to share that except for PDF version. All right. Well, I think that wraps up our session for today. And we are going to post the link for attendance for today in the chat. Christine, did you have anything else that you wanted to add or share? Or anyone else maybe that has used Canva? Do you have anything else that you would like to share?
I think the only thing I want to say is we were really debating what to show you because it's such a robust program that there are so many ways that you could use this for teacher productivity as well. So we are happy to work with you to plan lessons, to build templates for your kids, to come up with ideas, and also for teacher productivity as well. Elizabeth mentioned how you could share presentations with parents. So I'm sure a lot of y'all immediately went to beginning of the year, parent orientation night. Maybe I'll build my presentation on this so I don't have to deal with how to share it with parents. But there are so many other things that Canva can do for you just for teacher productivity. So just know we're here, we're available, we are happy and excited to work with you. And your kids, of course.
Yes. I'm going to answer a couple of questions here in the chat. Let's see. Oh, this was a private one, but I'm going to show again because I want to make sure everybody saw that. In order to get the link for your class, you're going to click on your team on the left-hand side, and you're going to click People, the People tab right here. And then that link is right here. And you just click Copy, and that's where you're going to paste it in the chat or paste it in Schoology and say, click here, then click sign in with Google, and then they'll automatically pop up into like how you guys all popped up pretty immediately. I felt like it was a really quick process to get signed in. Let's see. Alicia, how do I save as a URL for Gmail signature? Ooh, does anyone know how to answer that? Like you want the image to show as part of your Gmail signature. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so I did a Canva Gmail
Got it.
signature last year, and then they redid how you can
Yeah.
actually put a picture on there now, and you have to have a URL. So I've tried to save it as a website. I've tried to save it so many different ways. I don't know how to do it.
I wonder if you just do the share and
I
copy
tried
the
to
link.
copy just the link, and no, it won't do that either.
Sorry, I'm gonna look here.
Is anybody
Gotta love Gmail.
They keep
There's-
changing it, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I have a picture here, and it is an image. I don't know.
But
I mean,
it's on the web. You can see that's a link. There
No,
is a-
because I have the picture linked to my Twitter account. It's definitely an image that I linked. It's not a web image.
So like if you
So when
press
you
that
click insert image,
yeah.
it
So if
doesn't.
you click that, it'll ask now for a URL.
Darn. Yeah.
Yes, I know they completely
So
changed
you almost
it.
need an image housing site.
Right.
well,
I'm not going to delete mine because now it's going to make me redo.
there's a potential hack, but I haven't tested it.
Okay.
And that would be to just build a Google site that's not,
Yeah.
that's published with no content.
That's what we used to do for the badges. Remember the
Badges
badges
thing.
that we used to do? Or that
But
was before you were here, but
it would need to be a personal Google site
Or else,
because a Northside Google site would block
Right.
it.
Because I've tried to save it on my Google Drive. That didn't work either. So, okay, a Google.
Yeah,
all
you
right.
could do it on a personal Google Drive and it might work because it will give you a URL.
outside that domain.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Hacking the Google.
Mhm. All right, any other questions? All right, thank you guys again for joining us. And please, 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 we are so excited to be back in schools and in classrooms. So we would love to do this with your kids or just sit and plan with you. So please don't hesitate to reach out and let us know. Yes, Gabrielle.
Okay, so I have and it's probably because I already have a Canva and I've been kind of playing around with it. So when I saw this pop up, I was really excited. How do I get my regular Canva? And that's through my Northside. connected to an education one.
So all you're going to do is you can just open a new browser and go to canva.com/education and then click that blue register now button. And then it will make your regular Northside Canva into a upgraded one.
Okay. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to figure that out this whole time. Oh, there it goes.
Thank you all so much. There is a link there that Christine added into the chat in order for you to earn credit for today. So please don't forget to fill that out for us so that we can grant you credit in Unified Talent, and we'll take care of that tomorrow. I'm going to stick in here for a little while longer. If you had any questions or anything else that you need, don't hesitate to ask.
Okay, I have a quick question.
Yes.
So I am a STEM teacher, so I see several classes. So when I use Canva already.
Okay.
When I create a template, and let's say I do it for Miss Escamilla's class, okay?
Mhm.
And then I want to do it for Miss Alvarez's class. I
Yeah.
have to recreate that template for every class, or at least that's what I've only been able to figure out.
I haven't tested that, but this is my understanding. If you share them with them the link instead of putting it in the class, remember how I showed you how you can, like, let's say I want to give them this as a template and I click share and I don't mess with the team. Instead, I just come down here to the bottom and I say use as template and I copy this link. What's going to happen when you put that in Schoology or in the chat is when the kid goes to turn it in, it's going to ask them what their teacher's name is. And they click on the teacher's name, which should be connected under your account, right? I mean, you're a teacher in those teachers' accounts.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
So
Have
I
you
do
tried that?
So everything for, it's okay. Everything for STEM, I use Schoology, but we actually are able to connect through Google Classroom. So I would just send it through.
Oh, okay.
So it makes it a little easier.
Yes, that changes it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I
But
would
you
think though
kinda
the
just
same
fix
thing
my-
would be the case. I feel like you could create one assignment, post it to all your Google Classrooms, and it would, and just use the template link here.
Okay. That kind of works.
Because
I've
what
been
we
having-
found
Oh, go
is
ahead.
that it just asks the teacher's name. Like when they go and turn it in, like how it said, like, you know,
Right.
my name when you turned it in, I think it will work that way. And this is not assigning it to the class in the class. This is a general template, but it
Right.
knows that it's connected to you in your class. So
Right. And the only reason I wanted to assign it to a class is that I have like 50 something classes here at Cal.
right.
So it just makes it a little easier to find and narrow it down to find that student's work.
Got it.
So, but I've found a little workarounds, but maybe that'll work out.
That's tricky.
So,
Yeah,
but you can build as many classrooms in Canva as you want, and you give each class their different code.
Yes.
So when they turn in their work, it should go into the right.
Yes, and it
bucket.
does. But
Okay.
when I create a template, I have to recreate, or I haven't figured out how to just take that one template and assign it to all the different classrooms.
I think this is going to solve your problem,
Mhm.
but we would love to follow up with you so that we know as well. Like if that's the fix, like if that will.
Oh yeah, I bug her all the time.
Okay, there we go.
So yeah, okay. Well, this was helpful. I appreciate it.
Yay, thank you so much for coming. And it's cool to hear that you're already using Canva. I haven't seen,
It's
you know,
fun.
a lot of people using it outside of their own productivity, which is so great.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Then
but
we've
having
used
kids
it
do it.
to create backgrounds, and then
Oh,
they've dropped
fun.
themselves in for green screens. That's where we're at right now.
Oh,
so,
that's fun.
yeah.
Oh, what a great idea. I love
All
that.
right. Well, thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
Bye.